Welcome to World Cinema Reviews. This is your host Frank the Vamp, and you know, welcome guys to the part two of our analyzing the series. We're talking about Child's Play 2 tonight. And yeah, I'm very pumped and excited to talk about this film that I have really enjoyed and loved through the years. So I remember the promotional posters that I don't have. I'm sorry, I wish I could show you. Sorry, Jack, Chucky's back, and it's really good. This time we have John Lafayette directing, and we have the we still have the great Don Mancini writing. We have the awesome Alex Vincent coming back as Andy. We have Jenny Agutter, Garrett Graham, Christine Elise, and of course, can't forget Brad Dourif returning as Chucky, the voice of Chucky. And yeah, this was a couple years later. This was made in 1990, and yeah, let's just discuss the plot so that we can get all my thoughts and feelings about this film. Right after spoilers. I'm gonna put it on the you know on the description so that if you haven't seen the film, it's not spoiled for you. But basically, Chucky was gunned down and burned on the first offering, and you know, so uh, you know Andy and his mom, were lucky to be alive, and Detective Norris as well. But the toy company is suffering a public relations nightmare because of Chucky. They believe that somebody played a prank and recorded a voice saying that he was going to be that he was a killer. It was Charles Lee Ray, and that he wanted to kill a bunch of people, and kind of like kill. It was a gag. It was some that some employee did to ruin the company, and so they actually put together the Chucky doll, remake it, and with dire consequences, of course. At the same time, poor Andy, man, poor Andy, his life is pretty much not going well. His mom has been committed to insane asylum because she insists that the dog was alive and it's a killer dog, and of course no one will believe her. And so he's put into a temporary foster parents home. Meanwhile, mom gets either better, or if she doesn't, place Andy into a permanent foster care until he turns 18. Right, he's an adult. Um, yeah, he meets, he goes to this family, just kind of like doesn't really want to take him because he's kind of trouble, but the lady is nice enough to take him. And at the same time, Chucky, when they're trying to put him together, he sort of revives, and kills one of the technicians from the toy store, and then another executive, and of course finds out that he needs to, go back and mess Andy up because he wants to become, he wants to, have a real body to be a human, and doesn't want to stay a freaking doll for the rest of his life, right? So, the plot basically, follows, Andy just trying to fit in this family, but at the same time, Chucky shows up, making his life a living hell, and basically he's just trying to avoid it with having the same problem that no one believes in, and as a result, the family thinks that he's just psychologically disturbed and doesn't pay any attention to him. So it's kind of a struggle. Doesn't only have to fight Chucky, he also have to find the freaking adults that wants to put him away for being crazy, right? So I really enjoyed this film. I'm gonna say right off the bat, it's really really cool. things that I really appreciate is, of course, I love that Alex Vincent is come back a little bit older, a couple years older. The kid's a great actor, actually. I think very underrated, that people don't realize how good he was, but he really sells it, and his character. I mean, he's fucked over by Chucky like big time. Like I mean, Chucky is just so evil, man. I mean, he's like, think about it. I mean, he ruined this little guy's life. I mean, he's hunting him down. I mean, he wants to, pretty much kill him and take over his body, and he no longer has his mom. He's and he doesn't give a shit. He just wants his thing. He wants to come back, and have a body to have. But I just thought that it's really bad for Andy. I mean, he's mistreated, uh, you know, pretty much just put into situations where he shouldn't have been. He should just be a happy kid, but no, he's truly a curse. Chucky's just relentless, trying to get him. So I really like Alex Vincent portrayal. Brad Dourif, man, you really hate Chucky here because he's just being a bit more of an asshole. Like I said, less very subtle humor in the first. I would say in the first three films, it's more. It's a serious deal where Chucky's just a killer antagonist. It's not the dark humor that started to happen on Brad or Chucky. It's not present yet. So we have sort of like a Nightmare on Elm Street situation from the first film, and up to a certain degree the second film, where Freddy's really serious, but then Freddy gets really, gets start, on goes really over the top, after Dream Master, and of course Dream Child, and but that's a different video. But the I really Dream Warriors. I'm sorry, Dream Warriors. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean I also like how the asshole foster parent, how he acts, negative towards Andy. I can understand his point of view because he thinks that Andy's disturbed, but he's really being an asshole. So once more, like I said, the actor Alex Vincent is the one that really takes it. I like the other foster kid, the girl, and the girl, the teenage girl that stays with him. You can really feel her pain and anguish that she's used to just jumping around families and stuff like that all the time, and and that's a real thing. Like there's kids that go through that stuff, So I really like that aspect. I mean, it's really so. Chucky's fighting more than just a killer. I mean, I'm sorry, Andy's fighting more than just a killer doll. He's fighting society as well. Really, really, it really goes real. I mean, it's a really good, it's a really good story in my opinion. Um, the other thing I really like is that they amp the things here. The killings. A little bit more stylish. We see the tiller, the teacher get it with the ruler. We also see the ending scene on the toy store is awesome. I really thought that it would be cool that they go to the factory where they make these things, and that'll be the ending. Where the climax of the film takes place. I Brad Durst just doesn't miss a beat here. He's fantastic. I think he's just as good as he played on the first film. If any more, you just hate him more in the second part. And the final thing that I want to praise here is basically the special effects are better, and I mean, and the animatronics and what they have done with Chucky is just more. He, I mean, you just really believe that Chucky's alive, and that helps you sell the film. If it was really cheesy special effect, you couldn't get this serious. You have to go a little bit cheesy or hammy in order to make it. But since the effects are so good, so yeah, we have great writing, great directing, awesome acting. I mean, what do you get? You get an A. You get an A minus film. I'm not gonna give him an A like part one, because at the same time, you just gotta say that it can't match the first one because the first was a classic. I mean, but this is a very strong sequel, just a tiny bit less than number one. But if you like Chucky, if you're into Chucky, this is a one you can't miss. It keeps you, in the intense, set of mind until the very end. You know, I love Child's Play 2, and so should you. So he gets a solid A minus. Great film. The next installment we'll talk about Child's Play 3, and there's where the series decides to take a different turn in a way, but also staying within the same story branch, which we'll discuss better on the next video. So if you like my review, please let me know. If you didn't like it, tell me as well. If you didn't like the film, tell me your thoughts, and also please subscribe. I really enjoy the fact, like I said in the last video, that I gotten so many new subscribers lately. Welcome to my channel. I hope to keep you entertained, and hope you guys stay and bring more of your friends here, because the more the merrier. The more people I have here, the more motivated I get to make more videos, and I just love horror. I can make it 24/7. I just love making horror videos and horror films. If I ever get a chance to direct, but that's a different story. Anyways, take care, guys. Be cool. Stay cool. See you next video. Subscribe and stay tuned for Child's Play 3. See you.